May 8th, NE Combat Sports presents the 2021 Boston Open. 5 submission-only tournaments. Cash prizes for Fight of the Night and Submission of the Night. And finally, the rematch fans have been begging for between Chris Scott and Uncle Bobby McCarran. Available on demand next day on regionalcombatsports.com.
What up, New England MMA, combat sports, and just general fans of sports in general? It is The Room Podcast. Do we have sound? Do we have sound? I got to kind of wait until my promo entry video gets done, and then I can actually hear my voice and make sure there's no echo. I think I set everything up the way it needs to be set up. I have Nick Marsello from New England Combat Sports coming on to talk about some events. Let me listen right here. Excellent. See, we are live and we have sound. So it's a good night so far in The Room Podcast. I got a green light, which means my feed is strong, so there shouldn't be any skips. Hopefully I get to call these guys in live and they'll be on the screen. I think I did that right. A lot of checkpoints I must check off here. I am looking for a producer. I am in talks with somebody that does train at Regiment Training Center in Fall River. I talked to this dude, and Aaron kind of hooked me up with him. Aaron Hughes hooked me up with him, and he's going to come down. He's going to teach me some stuff. He's going to get shit going on here, and he's going to be able to stream this podcast on like 6 different, platforms at a time. I'd like to say hi to Aaron Hughes is on right now. I got something to say about Aaron in a minute. We have Nick Marsello coming on at, what time is it? Let's say about 8 minutes, because I want to get a couple of things out before Nick comes on. So I'll just let him know. So shout out to Aaron Hughes for a big win this past weekend. Megan Marie, what up? William Jones, my race car buddy there. And Chris Montel. Big Fall River is in the house. So first, I guess I'll kick it off with Aaron Hughes. Aaron Hughes had his pro debut this past, I think it was Friday night. Yeah, because we had Thursday night, we were in Philadelphia, and then we came home Friday and watched Aaron destroy somebody in the cage in fucking Tennessee. I do believe it was Tennessee. So let me just get that picture up. I do have a picture of Aaron Regiment Training Center put up a post about Aaron winning in the second round TKO finish. Congratulations, Aaron. Man, you destroyed that kid. He just wanted out, and you put him out. TKO in the second round, early second round. Aaron gets his first professional MMA win in his debut in another state. That's huge. For a promotion, which this guy, I would imagine it's kind of his home turf. So congratulations, Aaron. And also, Aaron will be in studio with me next week to recap that night and talk about Jorgen De Castro, who will be fighting this weekend, Saturday night. I do have a poster of him also. I'm trying to get through this fast because I started a little late. So let me get that up there. Jorgen De Castro and William Knight fight this fucking Saturday night. I do have the Tapology fight card there. Not necessarily the order the fights will be in, but I would imagine it's kind of that way. So William Knight's fight's been postponed twice. I do believe his former opponent had got COVID, so They had to postpone the fight, and then something happened with William. I'm not sure if he got COVID or it was a COVID protocol, but that fight was scrapped. And then he just got a whole new opponent, which is happening this Saturday night. And Jorgen too. Jorgen is in in there for his third fight. He's looking for his second win. He's 1-2 in the UFC. He desperately needs this fight, and I believe he's going to get it done. So congratulations for these two guys going to war. Two, heavyweight, light heavyweight, representing New England and going to kick ass this Saturday night. So big things for that. Saturday night, we got a lot to watch for UFC. And then, never mind that. Well, never mind that. But Friday night, we got John Dumas versus Mr. Smith here, William Smith, who is an awesome guy. John Dumas, an awesome guy. Two New England prospects, both coming off losses in their last Bellator fights. This is a big fight for these two guys. It's a great fight for New England. It's keeping two of our fighters active, and it's they're on the rebound, these two guys. So kudos to these guys. It'll be Friday night. It will be on the preliminary card. I do believe it will be on YouTube. So tune in and watch that. What's up, Steve Brady? What's going on? So what else we got here? So, a couple more things. Let me just message Nick here. 5 minutes. I'll tell him 5 minutes. What time? Yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, bro. I got to put this lower. And not to put her on the spot, but John Dumas' mom is tuning in right now. Ronnie. She's awesome. Met her at CES a couple of times. Do have a group picture with her and her husband and I think John's brother and cousins and everyone else over there. So, all cool. So, what else we got here? So, Travis, Lars, Jeff Joy and I traveled to Philadelphia on Thursday to go see CFFC 94 with Nick Alley and John Piersma, who is managed by Full Contact Management, Lars and Travis, and I hold a stake in that also. We went to Philadelphia, drove there 5-6 hours, and we went to see CFFC, a live card, amazing card. First fights we've been to in over a year. It was amazing. It felt like life had started again to be able to go watch a fight with fans in the stands. It was great. It was fucking great. So shout out to, first of all, Jonathan Piersma. I'm just going to play a little photo montage of him because he had a great win. Second round finish with an omoplata submission. Second one in CFFC history. John is now 2-0 with 2 sub finishes for CFFC. He made his pro debut for them back in December. He just took out Tommy, I can't remember his last name, but this dude was 2-0 for CFFC. Big prospect for them. And John, first round, was kind of back and forth with the grappling. And John took him out early in the second round to get his second finish, second win, second victory in the CFFC cage. So congratulations to John Piersma and Full Contact Management, my buddies there for a huge victory. Let me just get a picture of, do I have a picture of us? That's just the gang there. That's Travis, Lars, and myself. And the thing about bringing Jeff Joy down there, we brought him, of course, because he's a good friend of ours, and he's managed by Full Contact Management, and we were taking him down to meet some of the players in the organization, the matchmaker, Helen, who does all the organizes everything with the fighters, hotels, and all that other stuff, I guess, helps the matchmaker in the promotion. She was awesome. So Jeff, we're expecting Jeff to maybe make his pro debut for CFFC in July. We are shooting for July. I think they do have a card in the beginning of July. So with that said, it was a great fucking great night. And then we Went to a couple of steak places on the way, Philly steaks. Got them. They weren't that good. Don't kill me in Philadelphia, but I wasn't impressed. I was not impressed by your performance. Not the best cheesesteaks I've ever had, I must say. But I think maybe if I added that cheese whiz that they had, maybe it would have been a different story. Let me message Nick here and we good. Oh, I messaged myself. All right. I messaged the wrong person. Yeah. Call in now. I'm sorry. I actually messaged myself on Messenger. So let me let him answer, and we'll be good to go. Actually, should I play his? Maybe I'll play his ad before we have on Richie Santiago. What's up, my man? Justin Smith, Justin Keenan. Fucking a lot of people on tonight, man. All right, I'm gonna play his ad as I'm calling him. So check it out. They have an absolute tournament coming. Another one. This is not an Enigma tournament. This is Northeast Combat Sports. I think they're putting on. We'll talk to Nick all about it. So let me play that.
Saturday, May 8th, NE Combat Sports presents the 2021 Boston Open. 5 submission-only tournaments. Cash prizes for fight of the night and submission of the night. And finally, the rematch fans have been begging for between Chris Scott and Uncle Bobby McCarran. Available on demand next day on regionalcombatsports.com.
All right, I got Nick. Wow, this worked out so great. I don't even have a fucking producer. But let me get Nick on here. Nick is up right now, but let me get him on the phone. There you are, my friend. Welcome. What is going on, my man?
What's going on, Steve? Nothing much.
Hey, dude. Welcome again, man. Pleasure to have you. We had a good time last time you were on, and we talked a lot about a lot of stuff, man. But congratulations on everything since that last chat we had, brother. Few tournaments, a few events, and a lot of action in between, man. So how you been since that last time I talked to you, bro?
Very, very busy. But that's a good thing, right? Good problems to have. Just kind of narrowing everything down, kind of like getting things more and more concise as we go along. That's kind of just been the state of things this year, is kind of like just getting all of our ideas and getting them to like actually flow and make sense. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I just I had a meeting today with like the state of Massachusetts Health Department, pretty much just getting everything together for the Boston Open. They needed like a COVID plan, just really, really vague things, but we're good. We're well within regs. Just needed to like make sure we were good. I didn't want to announce anything until we were like confirmed, but we're all set. Still everything's good to go at Alchemy. May 8th, streaming next day on regionalcombatsports.com.
Excellent. Well, let me throw that. I think I have that poster up. That's the May 8th, the absolute tournament where the Barber is back. And, I'm excited for that one. That was my dude. The fucking ad you put together about it, man. Who's doing the background talking? It sounds like fucking Marv Albert or something. I don't know. It's
we got Big Mo on the mic from Sparta FC. He's way out in Wyoming. That was a contact I made during my brief stint in Denver. But it was worth the trip just to grab that guy. I mean, he's great, super professional, does a great job every time. He's probably going to be the official voice of our streaming site moving forward.
Excellent, my man. Well, I got the poster of the 6 combatants here. Let's talk about it because these are familiar faces. I've seen. I think I've seen every one of those except Ryan at the last Enigma event. Correct?
Yeah, I believe so. These guys are just super hungry now. I mean, it's kind of like it started off just out of necessity. You know what I mean? There wasn't really any alternative besides these small shows, but now it's kind of like it's taken off, and it's kind of one of these things where guys like understand if you're competing at one of these shows, you're not getting just like some guy that's doing the gi 2-3 days a week. Like these are guys that are, hungry and winning at these other shows. So, I mean, people understand the value of it now, and they're coming out, and like people are trying to get as many like live matches as possible. So it's kind of a nice way to do that for guys too, because the stakes are pretty low. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like your ranking is affected by it, but you do get really good live reps. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're at, and we're always trying to grow the roster. So it's nice when new guys like Ryan do step up and try and step in. Chad Kelly too, actually. Chad Kelly stepped in for Jack Stapleton. So I don't think Jack realized how many teammates he had in the same bracket. So he kind of stepped in last minute and then stepped right back out. So we have Chad Kelly, and you know what I mean. That's kind of the goal, is always to get like 1 or 2 new faces and just keep growing the roster.
Excellent. So Jack is not in it. We have Chad Kelly taking Jack's spot.
Yes.
What's Jack doing? It's because his teammates are in there. I'm
Right,
sorry.
yeah.
All right. Well, you know, the last Enigma event, he said he wasn't going to be in the absolute, and then I see him fucking rolling in the end. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, that's it. He's gonna be out. He's gonna be on the floor working the mic or something. You're gonna put him to work.
He actually has a rule. He doesn't go to events that he's not competing in. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's a Jack rule. It's always been a Jack rule.
Excellent.
So,
I'm going to ask Jack. I'm going to ask that rule, how he got that rule, man. So that's awesome, man. Yeah. So I did watch them. Christos and he had a live on Instagram today, just talking a little jiu-jitsu. It was kind of cool watching him eat burgers. And that's kind of funny because Christos was going to fucking fight on Saturday night, and he was eating a burger.
I mean, yeah, he's super heavy last I checked. Like, I mean, he's been trying to put some size on, so it shouldn't be much for him to cut weight. He's just got to put the fork down. But I don't know what his fight's at. I mean, the guy he's fighting looks like he's pretty jacked up.
Yeah,
so,
I think it's a lightweight fight. And when he said that, I was like, dude, that fucking, you could fight at, bantamweight if you want. But, he's stepping in there. You know what I mean? It's really cool, man. Last minute, he's jumping in there, bro.
I know that's kind of like been the state of MMA this past year, right? Just kind of like, hey, I got to fight in Florida. Like, that's kind of what people have been doing.
Yeah, but, exactly. And
shout out to him, shout out to Nasi. Yeah. It's one thing to like step up last minute for a fight down the street, but to like actually, you know what I mean, like travel and do the weight cut like somewhere else and stuff. That's risky business for your first fight. So I mean, just shout out to those guys. Just like stones on them, man.
Excellent, man. Represent. Well, I'm going to talk to Christos if he gets done practicing and all that stuff. I don't know what he's doing at this moment, but I think he's going to be calling from Enigma, I believe. With who's the gentleman that's going to be traveling with them?
So Nasi's actually on our kickboxing card. A lot of people don't really know who he is. He's kind of one of those dudes that like he's quietly been in the gym doing his thing for a while. I've seen him do some pretty impressive things. Like he jumped into Golden Gloves maybe a year or 2 ago, and he is by no means a big heavyweight. I think he was just heavy at the time, but stepped in there with a guy who must have been 6'8", like no hesitation. He's probably a natural, like he should be fighting at probably welterweight, but I mean he's just a heavier guy, and he's always looking for a fight. So it's nice to see him finally get it done.
Excellent. Well, as you know, I'm going to jump around with you for a little bit. But you mentioned kickboxing, and he's on the kickboxing card that's going to be at Team Link. Shout out to Team Link. I'm representing tonight. I got them over here. So I got the poster up. You sent me something a few minutes before we went live of the lineup here. I mean, not to jump the gun, because we still got to talk about a little bit about that absolute tournament, but we got kickboxing on the horizon, and we got some familiar names here, and it's happening at Team Link, which is great friends of mine, and I've been there many times.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Nasi kind of set that up. He suggested I reach out to Team Link to see if they would be interested, but I think it's kind of one of those things where I've had pro guys hit me up to try and get on this card. It's just people are hungry. I mean, it's just like there's been a drought, like a complete fight drought. So guys are just looking for work any way they can get it. We're really trying to get more O&O guys. That's kind of the whole point of smokers, you know what I mean, is to get guys some more experience. I have no problem doing some more experienced guys on the main card, kind of to, I mean, when I was first coming up, it was always nice to see like a guy with 5 or 6 fights under his belt, and to like watch him kind of, you could just see like the lack of nerves and how comfortable he was like in that setting. And it's just good for the younger guys to see like, this is what I'm striving for. So, yeah, if anybody's still interested, O&O guys especially, hit me up. I'm going to put up the bat signal right now. We need a heavyweight, no more than 2-0, but a brave light heavyweight that's looking to fight. We got a guy that's he's 1-0, super scrappy, super game. If anybody's interested in that, we got that fight. And also Connor Hughes needs an opponent at bantamweight. So he's itching to fight, preferably another jiu-jitsu guy. But, I mean, it's kind of one of those things like, I always say like he's gonna be tough to pair with because like despite him being so green with kickboxing, he teaches like cardio kickboxing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So he does have good clean technique. It's just like not a ton of fights. So I mean, if anybody's interested, anybody with some hands, hit me up so we can get Connor some work.
Excellent. On this feed, punch in anything you can when you get a chance. Any websites, any links. Just punch it on here, and I'll take it from there and share it, and these guys will check it out because we have a bunch of people coming and going. And tomorrow, I share this live feed all over like to 10 different group pages, so it'll get out there. And then we'll take this clip out and we'll throw it on Instagram if anyone needs to really get some info. But as far as it's all kickboxing. You mentioned these jiu-jitsu guys going in there, they're kind of green. Some of those are the best fights.
Right, right. I mean, that's kind of what happens is it becomes a matter of will, not skill. It's just kind of like two guys, both are super well conditioned, so nobody's cardio is going to give out, and they just rock 'em, sock 'em robots. So, I mean, those are usually fun. And, like, I always tell guys, too, if you're, like, on the fence, usually if you can stick behind a jab, you have a solid 1-2, and you can, like, trade hooks with somebody, you're probably in decent shape. If you can throw a roundhouse, you're money. So, I mean,
yeah, exactly. And then, what are they?
What happens?
Are they 3-minute or 3-minute rounds, right?
3-minute rounds, except for Anthony Vasa, Miguel Sevison. Those guys are doing 5 3-minute rounds.
Them are veterans right there. So big guy. You got Chelsea Tucker in here. When I first saw it, she was.
Yeah.
I thought you got some bling. That's going to be doing some interviews over here.
Yeah, Chelsea Tucker is doing some interviews for us. I reached out to her. Super excited to have her. I've seen her kind of just like kicking the shit out of girls locally, and she did a post-fight interview. She absolutely crushed it. I mean, I think it's kind of one of those things that's going to be maybe like a little side gig for us. So we're hoping we can keep her around. This one she's doing on the house. Hopefully, if it works out, we can start giving her some money and she can be like a regular. But shout out to her for even like hitting me up and being interested in the deal. So
excellent. She's a great addition to it, man. It's going to be great. I went to Team Link had a smoker. I want to say maybe 2 years ago, maybe under 2 years ago. It was a basement beatdown. and I went to it, and it was just some of their guys from their gym and stuff, and a lot of friends and family. It was a fabulous time, man. Just it's like an Enigma thing. All these fans come there, and it's like an intimate setting, and it's just really, really fun and energetic to go watch when you haven't. Nothing's been really going on locally,
Right, and like I think there's always going to be a lane for this. At first, it was kind of like we needed to do this just because there was nothing, and like now that things are starting to open back up, it's not losing any steam. If anything, guys are still super interested in it. It's like I said, you get all the same experience. It's just just a different atmosphere. You're not sitting around all day and waiting for your time to go, and you're not sucking weight, and it's just a totally different experience. Like it's a lot more intimate. It's a lot more. I don't know. I've just seen from experience. I've seen guys like get off the mat and like. It's not necessarily their coach they're talking to later on in the day. It's somebody from a completely different team that's giving them some advice or just like kind of congratulating them on their performance and stuff. So it's just a completely different atmosphere. Like I think it's just because like a loss means so much when it's on your record and apologies involved, and like this isn't really that. It's more like for the community and for the culture of fighting, and it's just kind of guys like giving back because they take so much out of it. You know what I mean? Like train and you get all this like input, I guess, constantly. So you always feel like you're taking. It's nice to just like go do your thing, give back, put on a nice show for everybody, and everybody has a great time. So I mean, I'm hoping these things keep on keeping on.
Excellent, man. Well, let's get back to that absolute tournament that's coming. Is this a money tournament? Also, what is this?
So what we're doing is this is our first open style tournament. We're on Smooth Comp, so pretty much anybody could sign up this time, which is not something we've done in the past. It's always been invitationals, just specifically because we didn't want to have boring matches or we didn't want to have like just people with bad attitudes. So now that it's kind of established and people know like what the expectation is, it's already a culture and already a vibe. So like we figured it'd be good to just open it up for everybody. But it's 5 submission only tournaments. All of them are 8-man brackets. We're going to move through the day pretty fast. And again, like the state of Massachusetts is working with us. So we're trying to do basically like if you're fighting at 145, you'll be the first wave of guys to come through. Then like the second wave will be 59. And we're trying to level up the live show too. So I think this one's going to be a little bit different in terms of like as a fighter. So we're working on like a locker room for guys, like with a nice little warm up area. Photos isn't going to be so so hectic this time. We're actually going to have like solid photography going on. Everything's going to be set up with a tripod way in advance. So ideally, this should be as smooth as it's ever been. I'm hoping we can have more guys and still not sacrifice on production, because that's kind of the key with this whole thing is like we're putting on these shows, and like I hate charging guys, but it is expensive to do it. It is expensive for insurance and everything. So I mean, with this one event, we've been able to buy mats, and hopefully we can start doing some more familiar venues like Derry, New Hampshire, and maybe the Enigma show, maybe the Tingsboro, just stuff like that. But I mean, if we can keep doing the production and not sacrifice on that and charge guys less, I mean, it's kind of the best game in town. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting so much for your dollar versus $120 you get a medal and, you know, some shaky cell phone footage. So
exactly. Now, as far as the last event, man, what was the feedback coming out of that? And all right, so you're doing, I just want to make this clear. You're New England Northeast Combat Sports. You put these events on your own, correct?
Right. So me and Christos have worked pretty closely in the past. I started with Marsello back in December. Christos has obviously been rocking and rolling with Enigma, and kind of we're not necessarily parting ways. I don't want to say that, because obviously we're still friends. We still work together pretty closely. It's just kind of more or less we can do more dates if we work separately. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he's pretty self-sufficient at this point. Like, he kind of understands what needs to be done versus like that first one was a giant learning curve for me. And now it's like at the point where I have so much less on my plate because other people are doing things, and we're able to put out so much more content. So that's kind of the plan, is like just getting all these guys like self-sufficient. Like, if any gym is interested, anybody wants to put on an in-house tournament, like I can absolutely show you how to do it. It's not a big deal. If you need me to come down and film it, I'll do that too. It's just one of those things where like the more people doing it, the more normal it is, the better it is for everybody. So like I just want as many guys doing it as possible. Like, if you have nowhere to host it, like, I mean, feel free to throw it on my site. Like, I'm always down to pay for the hours for people. So yeah, I mean, it's just it's rocking and rolling. So I mean, that's kind of the plan, is for me to just keep doing kickboxing and Boston and New Hampshire Opens while Christos does Enigma. I know I don't want to take too much away from him, but I know he's thinking about doing some more shows too. So hopefully, you know, we're kind of, the takeover is real.
Yeah, it definitely is, dude. You know, the people are coming from New Jersey, New York, making their way here. We're getting big names, dudes that are in some major world tournaments, not just regional tournaments, that are coming to these tournaments you guys are holding. They're fun, man. I mean, we've seen some sites, the last couple that I've been at Enigma, you know what I mean? The last one, there was a lot of highlights, a lot of stuff going on. And, a lot of these guys and ladies are going to be back, and they're going to be going at each other again, man. And, some people that might have lost a match at previous events, they're going to be going against each other down the line again, you know what I mean? So it's redemption, or it's be the king of that mat.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I hate to use the example, but when you watch like WWE, for instance, they only have 40 guys, and they manage to keep it exciting every single time. So, I mean, the way I see it is like we have claim to pretty much everybody in New England. So, and I mean, commuting distance in the Northeast pretty much. So, like you said, we have guys coming down from New York and this and that. It's just such a great talent pool to work with. And I mean, we have like the ability to run matches back like pretty much whenever we want. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where like if people keep asking, we're going to put them on. Like Bobby versus Chris, we had so much demand for that. I mean, like the first one was pretty, it was pretty back and forth. It kind of came down to the overtime, and everybody knows BTT hasn't been doing great with the EBI rules. So, I mean, it's one of those things where like everybody saw the lane for Chris to finish. BTT always comes out and masses to their guys' fights. So, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's just super easy to just keep running it back and building the talent pool and just getting new guys. And I think that's kind of the coolest thing about it is, like I said, you see like brown belts working with like blue belts and teaching them things at these shows and like kind of warming up with them. And it's like, nobody really looks at it like, oh, I don't want this kid to get better. They're like, no, I do want you to get better. So I have somebody else to work with. You know what I mean? They want people around here for these shows, because it's like the better work you're getting where it doesn't matter, the better you're going to be on fight day when it does matter for your record. So, I mean, you can keep going to these small grappling shows and beating up on whoever's there, or you can get a good, 3-4 fights in one day.
And in front of you know, a crowd that's like honing in just on your match. You know what I mean? Like the spotlight is on you. Dude, that last event, you know, I took clips. Now here's the thing. You guys get more and more fans as you go because there's not much going on with the MMA. So, you know, a lot of the MMA guys are doing the jiu-jitsu, doing the combat jiu-jitsu. So many eyes are, you know, it's multiplying as each event comes. That last event, dude, man, the clips that I put on Instagram, I can imagine what you guys, the feedback you got, but there was BJJ group pages and just people analyzing match footage and breaking it down, everything. All over Instagram, dude. I was being tagged everywhere. Dude, I'm saying tens of thousands of views for some of that footage there, man. It's fucking amazing. And what I'm trying to say is, these eyes, man, I think I turned on probably 100,000 eyes just by them, them clips. And never mind who else was there sharing stuff too. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and I mean, it kind of speaks on like the foundation we laid, right? Because like this isn't something that just happened overnight. Like obviously these moments are going to keep happening, but like we've been growing steadily since day one. I mean, like we understand like how to utilize social media correctly and how to basically like rally people. And that's kind of the thing with like, I mean, any combat sports is kind of, it's a promotion. I mean, it's multiple promotions, but it's also like this kind of built-in machine. You know what I mean? Like we're sharing stuff for guys and like, it's its own community. You know what I mean? Like it really is a goal to like get inspired, get connected, and get noticed. And like that's really what we're seeing from these things is like guys will have like dominant performances and people don't actually see them, but like these clips go super viral because there's, you know, like you said, the spotlight's on you. There's 100 cell phones pointed at you at any given time, and there's, you know, this like actual broadcast footage to go along with it. And you know, you're going to be sharing the mats. Like if you're just some blue belt just trying to get a good match, and you're probably going to be sharing the mats with a high level black belt or somebody with like, you know, a name around here. So it's definitely a great experience for everybody. But yeah, the exposure you get out of it is insane. It's kind of it's better than what we had hoped for, honestly.
Excellent, my man. Well, a couple more questions before I get to Christos here making his amateur debut, brother. As far as what you got coming on, man, you got this event on the 8th. And then is there a gap? And then the next one is the kickboxing, or you have something else that you're working on in there?
Yeah, always working on something. We're taking April completely off. June is going to be a big month for us. I'm doing the May one, May 8th. Christos has an event. I don't know the exact date. I know it's in June. Yeah. But that's the next Enigma event that I'm super excited for that. And then later on that same month, we have the kickboxing event. I think ideally what's going to happen is probably a meeting with like everybody, our camera crew, Christos, myself, Perry G photography, pretty much everybody. And we're going to set some dates. So more or less like Christos and I can basically run like every single month. And like maybe there'll be something at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month for guys. And we'll get it offset so it makes sense. And like we're not saturating everybody with sub-only events or like there's a serious lack of kickboxing. We're going to try and get it so it's like pretty routine and like everybody gets some consistent work, because you know, like there should be a gi event that we're working towards, and there should be maybe a black belt only league, and you know, things like that, the things that just make sense. So it's just a matter of time. We're just, like I said, we're getting more and more concise as time goes on, and like realistically, probably 2022 will be like completely rocking and rolling, autopilot, just good to go.
Excellent. A couple more questions. There's one on here that someone asked, but I want to ask you a question before I ask this question. Then we'll get to Christos. You mentioned the roster. You know, the roster's growing. You're probably already 5 steps ahead, but are you guys thinking of putting some kind of statistical thing up for these matches, or these competitors that are, you know, they're always competing. So, you know, is there going to be some kind of record keeping that you guys might be doing in the future?
I think what we're going to start doing, probably behind the scenes, we're going to have a little ranking system purely for, I don't know how to put this. It's not necessarily a ranking system, because it's not like if you're number 1 or number 3, it doesn't really matter. It's just like you've won your last however many fights. But it's basically a way for us to like kind of put guys into like a tier system. So if you're like, maybe you're a brand new blue belt and you haven't had a great run yet, or maybe you're like 6 seconds away from purple belt. Obviously, those guys shouldn't cross paths, but like maybe the guy that's 6 seconds away from purple belt is ready for a guy that's been a purple belt for a couple of years. So we're trying to make some sense of it that way. as far as record keeping, I think we're just going to use Smooth Comp. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Just because guys are going to keep signing up through there, so we'll just keep using it. But for the kickboxing thing, I mean, I would like to establish a champion. I would like to establish, like, you know, this is like a real legit brand. Yeah. And I mean, I made it very, very clear to everybody. Like, I didn't want to do it anywhere near Rhode Island, specifically because of, like, you know, Mark Wisher and company. Like, I kind of like what they're doing down there. It's something, like, it's not really what we're doing, but it's something for guys to get work. So I'm kind of hoping he keeps doing that. And then, like, it'll be like two completely separate brands. Like, you got the black and red, you got the blue and white. Yeah. And you know what I mean? We'll have, like, eventually we could probably cross promote. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you raise some guys to like 6-0 and I do the same, maybe, you know, if the money's there, the money's there. So.
Excellent, man. And money talks, and you know, the eyes are going to be on it, man. You know, last question here. I already know it, but Erica Valentin, who trains at Underdog and is a cousin of Johnny Lopez, I do believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she does. She's awesome. She's on Instagram, and she's, you know, trains kids and everything. She's asking, are you guys going to do any amateur MMA in the future? Like, I already know the answer. The future's kind of glim on that, but let's hear your take on that.
So, like I said, the first, like, open style tournament we did where we charged guys and, you know, you could just sign up on Smooth Comp. We were able to buy mats, like real legit 16x16 mats. So, and again, like, we're charging guys $30. So that, like, it's peanuts. But I mean, it's one of those things where, like, if it keeps growing and we're able to, like, get to the point where we no longer have to, like, we're still in the startup phase, you know what I mean? There's still things we need to purchase, and, like, we don't want to be a lame show. We're trying to get lights and smoke machines, and, you know, you come out and fireworks if I had it my way. So we're definitely in I guess, like, in works for MMA. The plan would be to secure a cage so we don't have to rent one and make sure, like, everything's in place. But yeah, I think eventually, like, maybe 5-10 years down the road, we're probably just going to have, like, the same way you can go to Walmart, you can go to any combat sports, and it's going to be like an established, maybe not Walmart, that's a terrible example. Probably like a restaurant or like a bar type deal. But, like, you come in, you grab a table, and, like, there's just going to be mats or a cage or a ring or whatever we're running that night. But that's kind of my ultimate goal, is to, like, kind of make it like a combat club, like, several nights a week. So that's definitely what we're leaning towards. As far as, like, being like a giant MMA promotion, I don't necessarily know about being, like, I don't know how to put it, like, I guess a Cage Titans. That's not necessarily what I'm interested in, especially when there's, like, you know, there's so many promotions around here that are doing it and doing it well. I think it's kind of like, for me to jump into that model, it would be doing everything I said I was going to try and fix, like, trying to get guys paid, trying to get, like, the culture a little bit better, trying to get the scene better. So, I mean, not throwing shade at anybody doing that. I just think there's definitely a lane for me to keep doing what I'm doing. So, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to be mad at me for making the regional scene that much better.
Not at all, man. You're doing great things with your crew and, you know, everyone involved in it. Is there any investment opportunities to invest in this situation yet? Or is, you know what I mean? Is there investors? You talked about you still need to buy things and stuff. Are you looking for investors or anything like that?
I've had some people hit me up, and then it made me think too, like, if I had a blank check, what would I buy? And I kind of realized, like, well, it's not really worth it for me to give away a third of my company for a cage now, when we could organically buy one in probably a year or two. You know what I mean? And, like, I guess it'd be one of those things that I'd be interested if somebody was able to bring something to the table more than money, purely because, like, money is going to come in time. You know what I mean? Like, the product's good. The product's just always getting better. So I think it's just a matter of, like I said, it's a matter of time. But if somebody was to show up and say, like, hey, I'm a broadcast specialist and I've been working for the MLB for the past 6 years and I can make your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can put you guys on a bigger you know, put you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you're able to bring some skills to the table, of course. Financially, not super interested, but sponsors always. Shout out to DD214. They're actually putting together, like, a fight kit for the main event guys for the Boston Open. So I'm hoping it grows. If you guys are looking to get some more of that, definitely go buy DD214 stuff. That's kind of how it works. Like, the more they sell, the more they're going to give back. So definitely go support them as much as possible.
Excellent, my man. Well, I'm going to flash a couple of pictures, throw out your social media, any info you want out there before I let you go and I get on the Prodigy.
Yeah. So if you guys are looking to compete, sign up on Smooth Comp for grappling. Apply on our website, regionalcombatsports.com, for kickboxing. We're always looking for new people. So if you're like kind of on the fence and you're like, oh, I don't know if they're interested, we're interested. Hit us up. Apply. I feel like I'm drawing a blank right now. Put me on the spot. Shout out to you, Steve, for everything you do. Always give me a platform to come out here and plug some stuff. Shout out to Team Link for giving us a spot to do kickboxing. Enigma Jiu Jitsu for allowing us to use their spot as well. Nick Alley, Aaron Hughes, congratulations. And yeah, shout out to Christos and Nasi for their fights coming up.
Excellent. Nasi, I'm so glad you said that because I could listen, looking at the poster, I can't even make out his fucking name. I mean,
TSA is just going to assume Christos and Nasi are going to Greece. It's Nasi Georgiopoulos and Christos Papadelos. Like, oh my goodness.
I'm like, but I mean, the way they did the poster, I couldn't even see his name. I'm like,
it's too long, Steve. It's too long.
Not that I can't even pronounce it. I can't even see it on the fucking poster. But anyway, man, good for those guys traveling to Florida pretty soon. So, Nick, thank you so much for coming on, give the all info. I will be at the May 8th show. I will be attending, and hopefully I get some good footage to throw back on Instagram and, help you guys get more eyes on you, my man.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate it, as always. Thanks for having me on.
All right, my man. You have a good night, and good luck with everything, bro.
You too. Shout out to Christos. Take home his ACL. You know what I mean?
All right, later.
All right, take it easy.
All right. Let me message Christos right now. Christos, you ready? Okay, I'm telling him now. All right. Let's get Christos. Hopefully this works. Yes. Batting 1,000 so far. Batting 1,000. What's up? Look at me. Wait a minute. I don't have you on yet. You're live. I just got to get your picture on, man. You look fabulous, brother. What the hell?
Thank you.
I love it. Wait a minute. Let me get your text up and shit. All right, we're good to go, my man. What is up, buddy?
What's up, Steve?
Hey, is this the MMA Christos? Is this the MMA guy?
The Christos that just fucking loves the U.S. Fucking A.
What's up, my man? You're heading to Florida, brother. You're heading to Florida, man.
I'm just ready for Florida, man. I love America, and I'm ready for Florida. No mask, no nothing. Fucking USA in this whole dude.
Dude, you're living the good life in fucking New Hampshire anyway, man. You guys are like, when I went there for the Enigma tournaments the last 2 times, it felt like the world had gotten back to normal being in that gym and just around the people there, man. Let's talk about it, brother. Amateur debut, how did it all come about? It seems like it just happened about 8 days ago or so. You threw the news at me. Let it go. How'd this all come about?
Yeah, obviously Anthony Basta fought for Vigilant about a month ago, I want to say. And he basically told us, like, man, that's awesome, you're getting fights. And he was like, man, I'm sure the guy will be would be down to get you someone if I threw your name in with, if there's enough time. So I reached out to him probably like 3-ish weeks ago, I want to say. And I've been training MMA. Most of my MMA training is done with Placido, which, I mean, the kid has only been practicing MMA for like a year and a half. But man, when I tell you that, like, the quality of that kid's mat time is just so much better than everyone else's. That the stuff he has me doing, stuff he has Jack doing. Jack Stapleton's been like a huge part of the preparation for this. I just feel like the quality of the mat time I've been spending with Placido and Jack is just levels above everyone else's. And at least at the amateur level, at least, we're all still learning this game together. None of us have really even fought before, but we have enough experience, being around it and being in the jiu-jitsu world. Everyone was like, oh, wow, you're taking this pretty short notice. And like, that didn't even that didn't even really dawn on me until people started saying it and asking me about it. Because coming up in jiu-jitsu, like, you go fight a tournament on like 20 minutes notice, and it's not a big deal. You're always training, and we're always training. So to me, it didn't even feel like short notice. It just felt like, oh, I mean, yeah, there's an opportunity. I'll go take it. So yeah, man, I'm excited. You know, like I said, Vasta kind of planted the seed by going down there first. I hit up the promoter, and the first guy he gave me, I said, okay. It's at 55. I asked for 45. He gave me a fight at 55. His first guy, he threw at me, so I said, okay. I don't want to turn anyone down. And I'm already on weight, man. The weigh-ins aren't until Friday. I'm already on weight. I don't have to cut any water. It's fucking awesome. I feel so good, so confident. I'm just so hyped.
Excellent, my man. Well, dude, this kid you're fighting, he's making his amateur debut. I do see also. Anything you know about him? Is he from a jiu-jitsu background, kickboxing? What do you know? Anything about him?
Man, I had no idea about this kid. I know this. The event that the gym that the event is at is where he trains out of. So I'm literally going in, and I mean, don't get me wrong, we got a crew going down, man. We got like 7, 8 guys heading down to Florida. New England's coming, but yeah, you know, it's definitely gonna feel like hostile territory, and I am very, very excited to feel that and just kind of have everybody in that room silence after the finish.
Excellent, my man. Well, was this something that you know, was planned? Were you? I mean, you've been doing jiu-jitsu crazy tournaments and holding your own tournaments and staying busy that way. But was this like the timeline for you to test yourself in MMA, or is it just that these cards are opening up now for giving opportunities for amateurs, and you know, now's the time? Like, or you know, did it happen all together for that reason?
Well, obviously stuff's not really opening up yet up here. I mean, I kind of lost all hope, to be honest. I think cage fighting's combat zone, unless they can make like the amount of money they want to make, they're not going to come back, which is fair. You know, that's their, you know, I'm not going to shit on anybody. That's their own thing. That's their own business. But, you know, for ourselves, I mean, the fighters, we got to do what we got to do. So if that means we got to fly out to fucking Japan to take amateur fights, that's what we're going to do. I lost all faith in the promotions around here, man. I really believe that we're going to have to go to states like Texas and Florida. Fucking, where did Aaron just fight? Aaron Hughes, Tennessee or something?
Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to have to be doing that, man. These states just, like, are too small. No one gives a fuck. If I'm being frank, like, you have a conversation with the commissioners in Mass and New Hampshire, and it's like, oh, well, yeah, no one actually gets paid, so no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, why would you? You know, so I've lost all hope for, you know, the situation around here. So we're just going to do what we have to do.
Well, dude, you mentioned 7 or 8 dudes traveling with you, but you do have another fighter traveling along with you too. Is he in his caravan, or has he got his own entourage?
Man,
Is he does he have his own his own entourage coming, or you know?
We kind of got we put our entourages together, if that makes sense. So Asi is a bad motherfucker. So I was having a conversation with him, I think 3 days ago. You know, maybe it was even 2 days ago, the day before yesterday, on the phone. And he just kind of called me kind of late at night. He was like, hey, bro, what's up? Like, how you feeling? You hyped? And we're just sitting there shooting the shit. And he's like, man, I wish I could get a fight. Like, I've been wanting a fight for years. I just can't get one. And jokingly, I was like, man, I'll throw your name to this guy right now. And he goes, oh, will you please? Like, that'd be great. And I was like, man, I mean, I guess, but like, we're 5 days out. Yeah. Like, I don't think, you know, there's no chance. I was like, whatever, just in case someone pulls out the day up, because I know Nasi, he really doesn't give a fuck. And lo and behold, I messaged Brandon Lee. His name's Brandon Lee, as funny as that is. And I was like, hey, man, I got a buddy. He's like 215 right now. He's a blue belt, one-on-one amateur boxing, never fought before, but he's a tough kid. He's pretty good. Like, do you by any chance have someone for him? I know it's late. And he was like, hold up, are you for real? I'm like, oh, shit.
Here we go.
I'm for real, man. So I guess the guy's opponent had dropped out like that day or the day before, and he was looking for someone. The guy's 3-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 2 losses. He was 0-2. Then he bounced back, got 2 finishes, then a decision. So the guy's been in the game for a little bit. He's been fighting. I think he had his first fight 2016 or 2017. So he's been doing it a bit. And this is how fucking crazy Nasi is, Steve. Listen to this. I said to Nasi, all right, bro, hold up. I'm going to send you his Tapology page. That way you can look at him a little bit. He goes, nah, bro, fuck that. I don't care. It's too late for that. Bro, you don't want to know the guy's name? He's like, nah, it's too late for that. I'm like,
that's
okay.
That's fucking awesome. And here's he's he don't give a shit. It says he has like some boxing
He's on the gloves, yeah. On the Golden Gloves. He won his first fight by TKO, and then his second fight he got his nose broken and the doctor stopped the fight. So he's 1-1 technically as an amateur boxer when he did the gloves, and that's because he couldn't get an MMA fight at the time. But he's been wanting to fight for years, man, and it's all come like to this. I said to him, or my buddy Connor said to him the other day, he's like, Nasi, you want to do cardio? He goes, why? It's a 3-minute fight. Like it's a 9-minute fight. And Nasi goes, it's a 3-minute fight. So I'm more excited than Nasi's fight than I am for my own, man. I'll be 100% like fucking. I'm hyped to see Nasi go at it. The Greek freak.
Yeah, man. He was, he's a sport because, dude, as you know, I've been talking to the Vigilant off to the side. They're excited about New England guys, heading down there, and you saved the fight, and you took a fight at the last notice. He's been messaging me, and he sent me your poster and your buddy's poster there, but your buddy's had the wrong fucking gym on there. So I'm like, I got it late last night, so I just posted it. And I tagged him in it. I didn't even know we were friends on Facebook. You know what I mean? So I went to I said, "Oh, we're friends already." So I tagged him, and all of a sudden I wake up in the morning and fucking I see the Flow BJJ coach there saying he's not one of my guys.
So what happened with that was I was talking to the promoter, and there was a mix-up because he saw I trained at Team Flow, so he thought I rep Team Flow. Therefore, all my buddy reps Team Flow, but obviously not the case. He trains out of Henzo's. I train out of Team Flow, and obviously Enigma. So yeah, stupid little mix-up, but I'm glad they got it fixed.
Hey, they got his name. They spelt his name right. I said that to him. He was like, he didn't find that funny though. I was like, nah. It was too late by then. He must have woke up. I mean, dude, you having your own gym and being part of gyms, that's something that doesn't go over well with fighters when they don't get their camp or their gym right, or if they spell their name wrong. And it's totally like, expected, man. You want your shit up there, especially your first MMA fight. But I have to say, Vigilant came back and they fixed the poster right away. Some don't.
Been awesome.
Yeah,
been, like
some don't even fix the poster. Like, well, it's already up there. I paid for the ad. It's but he sent me a new one. You sent it to me, and it's all good, man. Now we're gonna see two of our fighters go down there and smash. So, my man, what are you looking to do in there? You looking to snap a leg or punch a head off? I mean, what kind of work you looking to get in there, man? I know you've been around MMA fighters, your whole time rolling. You train with them, cross training, man. So they must have smacked you in the face here and there. What are you expecting to do in there, and what do you want to show in there Saturday night?
I mean, I don't think it's really a secret what I want to do. Most of my submission wins in grappling competition recently have come, by heel hook, which is obviously illegal in amateur MMA, unfortunately. I believe toe holds are also illegal. Not that I attack toe holds all that often, but I'm going to try to sneak a leg attack in there, if I see an opportunity. I would love to win with a leg attack, but, I'm not going to force anything. I'm going to play my cards right, and we have a really, really specific strategy we're going to follow. And we put this together in the span of like 4 or 5 days. I can only imagine what we can do with 3 months with proper strength and conditioning, with proper, coach for this and this and this. Yeah. It's just, I'm blown away by what Placido has been able to put together for me. And like I said, literally 4 or 5 days. And again, Jack has been coming through every day, getting these sessions in with us. Like I said, man, the quality of our mat time is just levels and levels above everyone else's that it just brings my confidence to a completely different level.
So I would imagine that's your two corners right there. You have yeah. So
Yeah.
I did see that Placido. He had some. He's got some. What's he got? Seminars going on too. So he's getting some work as he's heading to Florida.
Yeah, so I mean, he put it out there that he's going to be in the area. We're going to be there until Sunday. If anybody in the Florida area is interested in privates with the, I mean, like, man, you're not going to get like, I would rather do a private with Placido than like Hoist Gracie, and I'm not even shooting you when I say that. The guy, you know, like, the guy's a purple belt under John Danaher for a reason. John doesn't give out belts like that, you know. So, you know. And John has literally come out online and said, like, if you have the opportunity, you should take it to learn from Placido. He's one of the fastest improving members of their squad, and he's just fucking unreal, man. So if you are in the Florida area and you're on Naples specifically, definitely DM Placido to try to get some privates in, or at least one while you're down. Well, he's down there. It's well worth the money, well worth the time.
Excellent. Is this going to be his first opportunity to corner someone making their amateur debut?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
So it's a special fucking night all around here, brother.
Yeah, I think it's a first for all of us, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's a first in that it's an MMA fight. It's not a first in the process, though.
Yeah.
We've done this a million times with IBJJF tournaments, with the Vegas one I did, with, like, it's not anything new. You know, we've done that. We've done the whole trip before. We've showed up. We've competed. We won. It's nothing new, man. Literally nothing new. The only variables that are different between the fight and what's happening in the training room are the ones that don't matter. And I think that's a fact that, like, a lot of fighters, especially amateurs, even I know a lot of people in the jiu-jitsu world like that too, that tend to forget and neglect the fact that, again, the only variables that are different are the ones that don't matter, right? We have all these fancy fucking lights, and there's some music playing, there's some people watching, but at the end of the day, those variables don't mean shit, right? So when you're good at keeping those thoughts in check, you're set, man. Like, you fear fucking nothing, and it just feels amazing.
Excellent, my man. Well, your confidence level is up there. It shines through, brother. You're doing great things in and out of the cage, on and off the mat. Dude, you're doing it all. So, you should be proud of every aspect of your life, man, at this point, and coming out of COVID and just excelling in everything to do with your goals, brother. It's amazing to watch. And, congratulations on moving, man. I mean, you sent me beans. You know when you said, when you hit me up on IG, he goes, I got some beans for you. I thought it was going to be you had like some combat jiu-jitsu matchup for it's in June, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you had some beans there, and then you go, I'm fighting MMA the fucking on the 10th. I went, what? Where? So it was a real special thing to hear from me, knowing that was something, a goal of yours that you really wanted to have. And to be honest, I didn't see it happening with how well you were doing with the jiu-jitsu and the tournaments. I didn't think you were going to get an MMA fight in this quick, but, man, you're doing it on all aspects, bro.
You asked about the timing earlier, too, and I mean, honestly, I didn't think, like, anything was going to come up, to be honest. That's why I wasn't expecting the fight, because I didn't think there was going to be an opportunity.
Yeah.
I was staying ready. I was training every day almost. Not MMA every day. I was training jiu-jitsu every day, but still keep doing the MMA work. A lot of it with Placido. In the past couple of weeks, obviously, we're going to ramp it up.
Yeah.
But never stopped training. I never stopped training through this whole thing. Obviously, never stopped training jiu-jitsu. But the MMA, like, people are like, oh, has he even been, like, striking? Like, yes, I've been getting my shit in. And I have a few tricks up my sleeve that we have planned, Expect to see some things that you won't expect from me. I plan to play some games in there. But, ultimately play to my strengths, of course. But, yeah, man, the timing, it was just the opportunity came up, and I'm already training. And literally the guy told me, oh, I have someone for you. What am I going to say no? Yeah. I wasn't going to fucking say no. I already had signed up for No-Gi Pans, which is like 2 weeks later or 3. Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks. No. when is it? I don't know. Pans is like 2 or 3 weeks after the fight, and then we got the Miami Open the following weekend. So we got a pretty busy schedule. Placido was joking around with me the other day. He's like, man, you're trying to put fucking Shemaya, like, calm down. But it's true. Like, you know, if I go in this fight, you know, everything goes as planned, I don't take any damage. It's like the same thing to me, man. If I don't get, you know, rocked or take a lot of damage, I'm ready to go next weekend again. I know they have another card May 1st. You know, as long as this weekend goes according to plan. I love the fight May, but like I said, Pans is like right around that time, so it's tough. But we got a busy schedule. It fit into the schedule. It gave me enough time to still like switch back to full-time jiu-jitsu training for like the next couple weeks, you know, because I haven't stopped the jiu-jitsu. Still getting my all nogi sessions in. But, you know, now it's been, you know, the training's been a little bit more specific to MMA and less nogi the past couple of weeks. But right after this fight, it'll probably be, you know, all nogi for a couple more weeks, get through Pans, get through Miami, and then it's going to be MMA full-time. Like I said, whether I have to fly to fucking Florida or California, I don't give a fuck, man. I really want to win an amateur title this year. I'm going to put the right people around me, which, you know, I've started and I've done a great job so far. I'm going to continue to do the same thing, and I'm going to try to win belts this year. That's the goal.
Excellent, my man. Well, a couple more questions before I let you go, brother. As far as the fight itself, it's going to be streamed live on Fight TV, I do believe, right?
Yes.
So you can watch this, and of course, I mean, you know, we're going to have little clips here and there. You do have an entourage going there, so we'll be able to see little clips here and there of it. But I know when you come back, we're going to schedule to have you and Jack come down to sit with me in the podcast, and maybe we can have some guys call in. Maybe you can have your coach there call in and talk about the experience and how you did in there, you know what I mean, from his eyes. So it'd be a really good podcast, you know, to get your intake and what went on down there. Last thing, my friend. You're fighting at 155. Where do you want to sit? Where do you think your future is if, you know, you get that proper camp and you know, you're fighting regularly?
If I have 3 months, 35, 45, or 55.
Oh, so you're all right. So, but ideally, I mean, you're gonna wreck people at a lower weight. Like
to win an amateur belt at 35 and 45, and you know, if like maybe for my last amateur fight, like if I wanted to take time, you know, and if I could get the fight to win a 55 belt as well, that'd be sick. I'm not stuck on fucking amateur belts, man. Like, it's just a cool thing to win, but it doesn't mean anything. Like, that's the thing, people neglect the fact also, like, I could fly down this weekend and get my ass kicked, and like, it literally doesn't matter. It's an amateur fight. What matters is like I get the rep in, you know.
Exactly.
Get better at the process every single time we do it, and we're gonna learn a lot from this. You know, I'm sure not everything is gonna go according to plan, and we're just gonna use this opportunity to just get better at the process and make the process more efficient.
Excellent, my man. Last thing before I let you give you shout outs and social media, but everyone knows Christos at this point. But what was I gonna fucking ask? I fucking totally forgot. Jesus Christ, I forgot what I was gonna fight. It wasn't anything big, but I lost my train of thought. So give your shout outs and social media, and I'll think of it while you're saying that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, just thank everybody. It's kind of in my corner right now. I've got so many like texts and calls this week, wishing me luck from people like from high school and stuff, saying crazy, like, "Oh, put Peabody on the map," like just kids I haven't heard from in like, you know, 2-3 years, hitting me up, letting me know that they're going to be watching, they're stoked. So it's pretty cool. You know, people like I grew up with and kind of just haven't seen in a while are hitting me up, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to be watching. So it's cool that, you know, a lot of people are going to be watching from home. I just want to say, thank you to, you know, students at Enigma Jiu Jitsu, of course, you know, freaking like Kai, Daniel, my dad has been training like a shit ton, man. My dad's getting pretty good. His guillotine's getting 30, man. Yeah, just turned 50 years old. He's got the best guillotine in the gym. So thank you to him. You know, without my dad, obviously none of this is possible, or you know, it's much more difficult. So he makes a lot of this stuff possible. So thank him. My girlfriend, she's awesome, super supportive. My sister. Just my family, my fucking dogs, man, comforted me at home. Literally just, man, like, all my family. I feel so blessed, man. I have all these people in my corner. I feel so fucking blessed.
Dude, you're doing great things, man. People respect you, not only for your worth ethic on the mat and getting this fight in, but the shit you're doing for the jiu-jitsu community. And, you're giving us action, bro. It's all good. So before I fucking forget my train of thought, last question, brother. Since we're MMA now, is there, and Placido, I don't know him personally, but he seems like a fucking, he has fun with you guys. He's funny online. Like, yeah. I thought he was all like serious. Like, you know what I mean? You got this Danaher fucking prodigy guy over here. You think he's all business, but he busts your balls totally on fucking line all the time. So it's great. But last thing before you say it, is he going to come out with a nickname? You need an MMA nickname now. You got the flag around you. You got the glasses.
Man, I don't think so. I fucking love my name. So I think I'm gonna stick to my name. But yeah, man, Placido is fucking ruthless, man. The worst feeling on the planet at Placido Santos mentioned you in his story. That is the fucking worst thing ever, because he just fucking wrote some crazy shit that everyone's gonna laugh at. And hundreds of people are gonna
exactly. Well, that last Enigma picture you guys got roused on pretty good, where you guys look like a Chippendale fucking poster. What? What? That picture when you guys had you guys all had your shirts off.
You're all flexing?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
It's all over you guys. That's awesome, man. All right, my man. When do you take off? When do you hit the plane?
Tomorrow, 5:30. So, I'm ready for Florida. I'm ready to fucking go.
You going just like that? You waking up and you're getting on the plane just like that?
That's right. Weigh-ins Friday. I don't know if they're going to be live streamed, but obviously the fight's going to be streamed, Fight TV. Yep. I think it's $20, which is not, it's whatever, There's going to be a good night of fights, but, it's better than paying fucking $65 for the UFC, so.
Exactly. And two guys from New England making their amateur debuts. And, dude, man, there's not much action going on. And we need to watch this, bro. So, brother, man, thank you for coming on right before you get taken off on the plane, man. You look great. You're confident. Dude, all the respect to you, man. You're one of my favorites, and we always have a good time chatting and when we get together. So when you come back, a couple of weeks after this win, after you get this hand raised, come down with Jack, and we'll talk about, the next tournament you guys got going on.
Absolutely, Steve. Yeah, we got to have you back on, soon on Papadelos show.
Oh, definitely, my man. Definitely, man. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my voice sounds so much better on your fucking podcast. It's a deeper and fucking. All right, my man. I'm gonna let you go, get some sleep, and rest up, man. All the power to you this coming weekend, brother. And I'll see you when you get back. We'll be watching, man.
No rest for the wicked. God bless America, Steve.
All right, later, my man.